Look at me and smile. Look at me and smile.
Here we go. Say to Daddy where we're going.
Today I'm coming to you from Irving, Texas because I am at the National LS Dealer Show. See what you got. It's day 2 of the dealer conference. Last night we had a dinner and kind of got to meet everybody, and this morning we're heading back over to the resort for a bunch of presentations. I'm not really sure what all we're going to be getting into, but I'm here not by myself. I'm with CJ, which is the other LS influencer that you guys may recognize.
I'm glad you're down here, buddy. It's going to be a fun time. Today we should be finding out some information about LS as a company, what their plans are, and then get to meet the dealers at the same time. So yeah, should be a good day.
All right, well, let's get to it. We just got done with the first meeting, and now it's the part where the influencers, CJ, myself, and Adam, that I've not introduced yet, from Hometown Acres, we're all standing out here so that people can come and meet us. And as you can see, there's a line out the door of people wanting to meet us. It's the last day of the dealer show. I haven't filmed that much between the last time you saw me and now, just because it was a lot of meetings and seminars, stuff that, you know, just filming little snippets of it here and there probably wouldn't be that valuable to you guys. But I did want to come outside here and check out all the tractors that they have on hand. One of them being the MT7-101. You guys recognize this. This is the one that I've got. It's a little bit different. It's outfitted slightly differently with these different tires that are a little bit less aggressive. I think these would be more for like if you're going to be doing work on harder ground. They're not really ag tires like what my tractor's got. So I'm sure these would still pull, but they're not going to pull as good as the ones that I've got. So I feel pretty good about this one. I've got some hours on it, but there's a bunch of other units here that I don't know too much about. And fortunately, I've got the LS expert with me, CJ from Mallard 5+1 Farmhouse. This tractor is not exactly like the one CJ's got, but it is very similar. And take it away, man. What can you tell me about this?
Well, this one's the 226. I got the 232 at the house, so it's a little bit more horsepower, but it's basically the same thing. And this was the series that I got to test last year. I got the pilot tractor that they wanted me to test. They wanted me to put 100 hours on it in 1 month to find out what I liked and what I didn't like about it, if there were any problems. And we ran that thing hard, and they even let me try to break it. People were worried and bringing up while I was doing the testing about this fuel filter down here, it being so low and being behind the axle. They were afraid that something might catch on it. So I asked them, I said, can I try to break it? And so what we did, we piled up a big log pile, a couple of them, and we just kept ramping this tractor over it, and nothing ever happened. Nothing even came close. There was never a mark on that fuel filter. That was really neat that we were able to test the tractor and show the testing as it happened, and prove that that wasn't an issue. They redesigned these tractors, and not only redesigned the tractor, but it's a whole different color. The old one that I have is safe sky blue. These new ones are deep sky blue, and people are really liking the new color. And the black accents here on the tractors, and also they changed the rims. They used to be white. I think yours are white, the one you have.
Yeah.
And now they're this silver color, and all of it together just, I think, makes for a sharp looking tractor.
Anything to add, Kelsey?
And they're pretty roomy for this just being a 26 horse. I got a little bit more room in the 232, I think.
Yeah, CJ's a big guy. I thought he was going to look really small in the cab of this thing, but he actually doesn't. It looks like it fits you pretty good. Yeah. So there's another tractor that I want to show you, but it might be hard to see. I don't know. Can you see it back there? It's probably blends right in, right? This is an MT357 with the moss yoke, what is it, bottomland camo. And these are special edition, right? How many did they make?
I think 100.
They made 100 of them. The limited edition mossy oak LS. You won't ever see one of these on my farm, I don't think, but they are pretty cool. Well, CJ just can't keep his hands off of them. In case you were wondering how they got the tractors inside. When the last conference was over on the last day, we all went out to lunch and ice cream, and this turned out to be a perfect opportunity for my kids to torment CJ.
Ow! Okay. Maddie. Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are too silly for me, I think. I don't know.
I don't think we are.
I think you are. Getting a bottle shoved in my back. Ah, get him out.
No.
What?
No.
Well, it's the last night of the LS dealer conference. Me and CJ are sitting out here kind of talking about all the things that happened, all the things that we learned. It's been a fun couple of days getting to know CJ and his wife. Sorry we didn't get to meet your family, but
yeah,
maybe next time. So what was your biggest takeaway from the dealer conference this year?
Without a doubt, the biggest takeaway was the parts. They know it's a problem, and they're gonna fix it. I have every confidence in them that they're gonna fix it. They're almost there as it is, because they told us last year they were going to get a new parts warehouse. They did that. And then there was problems when they moved to it. So now they're moved in. I think it's going to get better from here on out, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see what things look like a year from now when we kind of reconvene. We had a great time in Texas, although we didn't really get to see much of the state. Well, really not hardly any of it, but we still had a good time. And just like that, we're back in California. That old rooster, he ain't backing down. He ain't backing down. Let's see how the pig feed's holding out. Man, you guys are getting big. Their appointment is in the middle of January. I think I'm gonna have to try to reschedule that a little bit sooner, because a couple of these pigs, like this guy here, and probably this one as well, I mean, they look ready to go like right now. They still got some in here, but it is getting a little bit low. The main thing I was actually wondering about with this feeder is because I know that it rained while we were gone, and I was curious if any of the feed down in the trough got wet or is maybe getting moldy now, or they're not eating it, or anything like that. So let's peek in here and see. I mean, it actually all looks pretty good in there. I'm not saying that this is waterproof because I know that it's not, but I'd say it's at least water resistant. Like if we only get a quarter or a half an inch of rain, I think it's gonna be fine in there. Well, everything is looking good over here, which is always a good feeling when you get back from a trip. Let's run down to the ranch and see how things are doing there. She's been waiting to do this for a while. Okay. Well, everybody is looking good, but I would say they're trying to tell me something, like maybe they're ready for some new bales. While we were gone, I put the cows here in the backfield, took all the hot wires down, and then I put a 2-day supply of hay out on the ground for them to bale graze. In addition to that, I put another 2-day supply of hay here in the little field so that after 2 days of them being in the backfield, my dad, or we could just call him the caretaker in this video, he could come down and open this gate to give them access to that fresh supply of hay, giving us a total of 4 days that we can be gone. And as I would expect, they've got all 4 days worth of that hay cleaned up and they're ready for some more. And if you're thinking, well, if the cows are able to get in the little field, then what about the bulls? Because that's where they were before we left. And what I did is I just put the bulls here in the big corral. This is like the most secure area that I have that is large enough to give the 3 of them plenty of room so they're not crowding each other. It's not really how I like to house everybody, but sometimes you got to get creative. Now that we're back, we can put everybody back where they need to be, although I don't think I'm going to do that today. Today I just want to get them fed. Just 100 pounds of salt resting on a toolbox. I don't see what could go wrong. Normally I only put 1 Redmond salt block out here, but as you can see, they've ripped through it pretty good. And I think that might have something to do with the change in their diet or the change in seasons, or the fact that these calves are getting bigger now and everybody's still together, so their overall salt intake is bound to go up. Because of that, I've got 2 Redmond blocks out here, one on either side of the water trough. This will spread out the salt so that everybody gets a chance to lick on it. And since it's near the water, that'll help encourage them to eat more. And I want them to get as much of that as they can. I've got these bales really spread out. The cows aren't gonna know what to do. Well, it took them a minute, but they're starting to figure out that there is another bale down there. As I've said many times before, it is nice to get away, but it is always really nice to get back home and get back into the swing of things. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.